Hey, what's up, guys? Making a quick new player guide video for new players. I've been seeing a lot of new players join the game recently, just in the Discord and the community, and they're asking questions, and I just felt like making a video to try and help them out, make them understand this game a little bit more, just guide them a bit, get them interested in. So if you're a new player and you have a couple of questions, if you are wondering a little bit about this game, hopefully this video I'm gonna keep it short. I'm gonna keep it easy to understand, and hopefully this helps you. So, but before we get into it, I just want to say welcome to Conquerors Blade. I've been playing this game for a very long time. I have like 3,000 hours dumped into it, and it's just a great game. I hope you enjoy this as much as I have. There's no other game kind of like it on the market, so it keeps me in, and I also hope this video helps you guys. So, gonna go right into the guide now, right? First thing is first. When you are a new player and you join the game, one of the first decisions you're going to have to make is what class you want to play, what hero class you want to be. This is obviously the class that you are going to be playing as, right? As you as the player. And there are 13 classes in game, so you're going to have to choose which one you want to be. You are not locked to the class that you choose, okay? You're not locked to it. You're not stuck with whatever you choose. You can eventually get all of them and switch between them freely, pretty much, right? So don't be too worried, right? Whatever you choose, you're not like, okay, my character is going to be this. I can't change it. You will be able to change it, but it does take a long time to max out your class. Okay, that's the only problem. It will take a very long time to max everything out. So, as a new player, I would recommend read through all of these, look at all the abilities, maybe even watch a couple videos, ask some questions, and then try and choose a class that you think that you're going to like the most and play the most, right? And whatever class you choose, try and max that class out, right? Get all the skills upgraded to the max it can be, because a fully maxed class is going to be way better than a half max class, all right? You can unlock all the extra damage and the extra effects of the skills, okay? So that's why I would say read through all 13, decide on the one that you think you're going to like the most and max it out, right? Decide on the one you'll max out. If you really don't like it, you can always switch. Another thing is classes are divided basically into heavy armor, right? You'll see it says heavy armor in the bottom right, in the bottom here, and medium armor and light armor, right? So you have heavy armor, medium armor, and light armor, all right? And basically, you can't have a bow and wear heavy armor. Okay, you can't be this tanky archer. All right, so there are some classes that are locked behind their armor, right? And just to keep it simple and make it like very understandable, if you see heavy armor, you should be wearing heavy armor. If you see medium armor, you should be wearing medium armor, right? And if you see light armor, you should be wearing light armor. Okay, so the game will give you, by the way, like sets of armor, right? In like a little chest. When you open that chest, be very careful, read through the armor and see which armor goes with your class. So if I have sword, and shield, and the game gives me an armor, right, to choose from, I'm gonna look for the heavy armor, okay? Because obviously that's what this class is supposed to be with, right? Don't accidentally pick the light armor. You don't want to be a light armor guy with sword, and shield. It's just not gonna work. You're not gonna have a fun time. Another thing about the classes is all of them have obviously different roles, right? Kind of self-explanatory. If you are a heavy armor class, you're going to be super tanky in the middle of all the fights, right? That's what your main job is, right? Medium armor, you're going to be a little bit less tanky, but you obviously do a little bit less more damage than someone heavy armor theoretically, and so on and so on and so on, right? Light armor, super squishy, but you're gonna be like, hero killers, like for example, the scimitar or the dual blades, and range, right? You could be abusing people from the back, right? But you are super squishy, right? Self-explanatory. Heavy armor is obviously you're gonna be super tanky. Light armor, super squishy. Medium armor is like the in between, all right, between everything. So once again, just choose whatever class you want to be, and try your best. I will say this is very important for new players. This is information I'm going to give you. The meta class is the heavy armor classes. Okay, that's what's meta. It's been meta since the game came out, right? If you want to say that they're kind of the most OP in quotation marks. What does that mean? Okay, what does this mean? It just means that they're the ones that most people play. It's the meta class, right? Does that mean the other classes suck? No, there are people who play Dual Blaze, there are people who play the other ones. Um, but take that information and do with it what you will, right? The heavy classes are the meta classes, okay? And the other ones may be a little bit more difficult to play. You can still do really well with them. Like, I love running Nodachi, but take that information, do with it what you will. Heavy armor classes are the meta classes, okay? That's just for to help you guys out. Next thing you guys are going to have to decide, all right, second part of this guide is what kind of troops you want to run and what is your play style, okay? Obviously, guys, you as a hero is not the main important thing of the game, right? The main part of the game is what you control, what units, the units you control and how you control them is everything in a battle, okay? So you're going to have to decide what kind of units you want to get, all right? So if we look at the unit tree, right? We're gonna see sergeants and Imperial Pike Guards first, right? These guys are at the top. If you want to play these people, right? All they do is if you look up here, they brace, right, with their pikes. Okay, so they're gonna be like behind a gate, and then they're gonna have their pikes braced, and so no one can come through those gates. Okay, that's their job, right? They stab people with their pikes. They stay in one position and they stab people, so they hold down defensive lines, right? Or they push a little bit with everyone, right? But they're not charging in. And they're not, like dueling, 1v1ing enemies or something, okay? You have to brace them. If that's your type of playstyle, right, with the pikes, then that's what you want to get, okay? These guys like brace their weapons and and so on and so on. Read their abilities, please read their abilities, okay? And decide if that's your play style, okay? So if you see these long pointy sticky guys, just know that you're not going to be charging in, okay? Palace guards, these people obviously sword and shield, they charge in, okay? They're the ones that are going to be charging into fights, getting in the meat and grind of battles. They're going to be battling everyone, right? If that's your playstyle, if you want to be charging in there with your units, right, and starting fights, getting into this is how you want to play. If that's not what you think you want to play, you get these guys, right? You want to aim to get these guys, okay? Shields. You're just super tanky. You do almost no damage. Okay, you're not gonna do a lot of damage, but you can look here, right? You are like a huge support and a huge tank for your team, right? All they do is they defend your archers, right? You put them in front of archers, the enemy team can't kill your archers because you're defending them, right? You put them in front of pikes, right? That's a huge synergy, okay? Because now the pikes can stand behind the shields and stab the hell out of everyone, all right? So you are a huge support, you're a huge guide. If that's the playstyle you want to be, get the shields, okay? Javelins are kind of like a special type of unit, right? You're just throwing javelins from the back. You're not going to be in the front charging in. If you charge javelins into like another into a sword unit, you're going to lose, obviously, right? A full javelin unit is not going to win against a sword unit. You're going to be in the back throwing javelins. If that's what you want to do, aim for these guys, right? Ranged units, very clear. They're super squishy. This game really hates people who run ranged units because, as cool as they are, the community really hates ranged units. Why? Because they're in the back and they shoot and they're really squishy. Like a heavy hero could come in and kill all of them pretty easily if your team is not defending you. So you have to be very careful with playing these guys. They die very easily. They have to be in the back line. They have to be supported by your team and yourself. You have to be very careful using them. All right. But if that's what you want to do, if you want to run marksmen like gunners, and if you want to run archers, you've got to be in the back. That's your type of play style. Keep them safe. So be it. Go get them. All right. Cav. These guys are kind of like glass cannons, all right? They will die very easily, okay? You have to be probably the most difficult thing to play is Cav. Okay, if you're a new player, it's gonna be very hard. Don't think I'm gonna get the Cav and I'm gonna be doing what some games you're gonna suck. Okay, you're gonna lose your entire unit. They are very hard to use. I think out of everything, but they can do a lot of damage. They're glass cannons in certain situations, in certain timing. A good Cav charge can kill everything. Okay, but they can also all die very easily. All right, you have to be very careful of pikes who counter the Cav, okay? But sword units, absolutely destroyed by Cav, okay? So if you want to run Cav, you have to be very watchful. You have to find the right moments and charge in, right? And another thing is, like, calves have different roles. All right, like these prefecture heavy cav, they don't play the same as dagger axe lancers. Highly recommend for any unit that you actually choose from the unit tree, watch a video on YouTube on their skills on how to use them. Okay, like these guys are not the same. They're not. They're very different. You have to look at a video and see how to play them. All right, but in general, right, cav and archers and they have different play styles. Okay. This one's just for taunt. Like that's pretty much everything. Like I guess the main four are like pikes, swords, shields, and then you have kind of special like ranged units, right? That do range stuff, and then cav is pretty much like the four main play styles. And you're gonna have to decide what tree you want to go down. You get honor over here, by the way, to unlock things from just playing the game. Just play the game, do your daily quests, and you'll get honor, and you can keep on unlocking units. All right, and this is how you unlock units, and you can upgrade them, blah 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 blah, and so on and so on. You can also unlock units, or these are seasonal units, right? You can go to click F5, by the way. Sorry, click F5. Go to season challenges. This is the current season is Alexander. You can find all these seasonal units, and you can switch to them at any point in time to unlock these different units, right? These guys you can't get through the unit tree, you can't get through the honor. You have to like do quests for them, right? So you click on the unit, there's a couple of quests. You do the quests, and then you get the unit, right? You don't have to pay. You can pay for it. The game gives you the option to pay it off through actual money, but you don't have to. You can just do the quests and get them all, and that's pretty much. I don't really pay for my units. I just do the quests and get them. Right? It may take you some time, but it is what it is. And the next thing, what was I gonna go into again? Oh yeah, when you get a unit, right? So let's look at like, all right, let's look at these Iron Reapers, right? Oh, sorry, I should mention another thing. Sorry. The colors of units very much matter, alright? Blue units, obviously, weaker. Purple units are second best. You're going to see a lot of purple units, and gold units are the best, okay? Alright, gold units are the best, right? So let's look at my barracks. In a match, okay, every single unit has a certain amount of leadership that it takes, alright? And you can look at how much leadership. If you click on warband builds, you'll see how much leadership you have. I have 786. So this one is 290 to take, 189, 205, 30. So I have 714 out of 786. Okay, leadership is very important. Some units cost more leadership than others to bring into the game. Okay, so I can't run like a full stack of gold units. All right. Like, watch what happens if I try and run full gold. Like, I can't. I can only do 2. Okay? I can't run all gold units. I can run, let's see, how many purple can I run? I could probably run like 3. Alright, so I can run 3 gold units. Alright, so that's very important. So it's gonna be so usually in a battle or in a match, you have like 1 gold and 2 purples. Alright, that's pretty much how it's gonna be. 1 gold and 2 purples is kind of like the normal. So don't think your purple units are useless. Alright, they are very important. You should have a maxed out gold and a maxed out purple unit. Alright, that's what you want to aim for. The next thing, every single unit has a skill tree. Okay, and which tree you go will completely change, you know, what that unit does, right? Sometimes they'll make it do more damage. Sometimes they'll make it more tanky, right? I would look at a video, to be honest, and find the best tree. Some trees kind of suck. Some trees are a little bit better. Or you could just mess around yourself and figure out the build that you want to go. But just know that every single unit, as you level them up, you're gonna go through their skill tree and get different things. Like for example, here, increases blunt damage by 8%, increases damage dealt to infantry by 15%, reduces resupply cost by 20%. Like you see, it changes. There's different like passives and buffs that they get, right, based on what you choose, right? So another thing that goes into actually leveling units. Leveling units is mad annoying for new players. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. How you level units is, first of all, just play them in games. You can check their level. It'll go up from just playing them in games. You also have this thing called shared XP. While you play the games, you get this thing called shared XP. Let me show you. It's over here on the top left. Okay. As you play, you'll get this, right? you can use this shared XP for any unit that you want. So like as I'm playing the game, I'm racking this up, right? It'll go up by itself, and then I'll just be like, hey, you know what?
They're
I'll
all
level these guys up.
yours,
So I click on this
if the
plus,
money's
and
right.
I can level them up. Okay, and that's one way to do it, right? Another way to get XP is from these unit medals. You can get them from doing like sometimes the game will just give you them in your mail. Get them from doing quests and some events give you unit medals. So let's look at a quest
Here's
right
his
here.
errand. Wise
So
as a
say I do this
beaver,
quest, right?
swift as
These
hurry.
rewards give you unit medals. And basically if I turn these in, it'll add to my shared XP and then I can max out units. Right? That's basically how you level up your units. Another thing you do is you go to PvE, play Bandit Raid. This gives you a bunch of units, a bunch of XP, okay? A bunch of XP. But you can only do it 5 times. Alright, so only 5 times a week. Alright? And every single week, if you do this, you'll massively increase your XP. There's also cards that you can get from events, from just some, different things, and that will give you like, a 50% XP bonus or whatever. And sometimes the game also gives you these like premium account cards. You can either buy premium with real money, or you just get one of these cards from some event or something, and they'll give you XP, like hero XP plus 30%, unit XP plus 30%, which is pretty good. Another thing is, yeah, with XP you level up your units. It can be annoying, but eventually you'll level everything up. Another thing is click F4. Okay, as a new player, you should focus on doing all of these quests. All right, if you do all of these quests, these path of whatever quests, right? They'll tell you like basic stuff to help you get into the game and learn stuff from the game. um you will get it gives you a bunch of rewards to help you out, right? Now you need to make sure you're doing all these quests, and at the very end I'm pretty sure they give you a free gold unit. Like if you get everything done at the very end, you get a free gold unit, I'm like pretty sure, and that's awesome. That's right, that's huge. It's a nice unit that you get. um let's see, then there's one more thing I wanted to mention to new players. Oh yes, your armor. Okay. Another thing for as a new player, you have this thing called a crafting bonus. Okay. When you craft armor, they'll give you a random stats. Okay. So you can look at my helmet. It'll be like, oh, plus 900 HP, plus 10 blunt damage, plus something leadership, right? But this one, I'm not getting plus HP from it. I'm getting plus defense, plus blunt defense, critical value, leadership. This one I'm not getting help from it. Like you see like you get different rolls when you craft armor. If I craft another helmet, I'm not gonna get the same stats as this. It's gonna give me something different, okay? What you really want is the leadership bonus, right? You see the leadership bonus? Plus 23, plus 23, plus 24, plus 16. Leadership is super important. It's the best role that you can get. You want to aim when you're crafting equipment, which you craft with the smith, to get leadership. Okay, if you get a good item that gives you leadership, you want to keep it because that's what's going to increase how many units you can bring into a battle. All right, that's what's super important. And yeah, that's pretty much like everything for new players that you really want to focus on. Figure out what units you want to play. I would definitely choose a season that you like. Choose whichever units you like from a season. Um, do those quests and also work on getting honor and focus on getting those. Get a unit, okay? Get a unit. Max out that unit that you like is your favorite. All right, find a unit that you really do well with and you really enjoy. Max that unit out. All
You're here
right, get
to
it to the
serve the
highest level
king.
possible. Upgrades veterancy to max, and you're gonna be good. You'll be doing well. And also, once again, focus on your hero, right? Focus on on your hero skills, whatever class you choose, and then craft your armor, okay? That's everything you should be doing as a new player. And once you get that done, you're pretty much good, right? You have a good unit, you have a good class, you have good armor, and you'll do well in fights, okay? In siege matchmaking and all that stuff. Now, here's the thing. As a new player, while you're trying to get to that point, right? Siege matches can be really annoying, right? If you're not versing, if you're versing like other players, and obviously they have better stuff than you are gonna get smoked, right? If you have a level, let me see, like level 14 unit versus like a max level unit, your unit's really not gonna win, all right, or do as well, right? So this is my recommendation for new players who are just getting this game and just leveling their units and trying to get to that point where they have max things, right? Do not start fights, okay? You don't want to be the one starting fights, okay? You want to be the one who joins the fight in the middle, right? Let the veteran players who already have everything maxed out start the fights. And when they go in and when they're fighting and they're losing their units, you go in after, okay? So you need a lot of this game is patience and waiting and timing, okay? As long as you're there at the right time and right place, you'll do well. You'll get put up in better parts of the leaderboard and get more rewards, more XP, and more bronze coins, and so on and so on and so on. So just do that, right? But once again, right, the things that you should be focusing on as a new player is max out your hero skill, find a unit that you really like, max the hell out of that unit to max, get its veterancies, right? And then build awesome armor for whichever class that you want to be, and then voila, you're a veteran player. Okay, do that, rinse and repeat. You're a veteran player. Hope you enjoyed this guide. Any questions, put it in the comments. I'll answer anything that you have. All right. Thank you guys.